It. Yeah, I think I'm gonna torch that whole area.
I was insane.
What's the
20-foot cone, DC 15, reflex save, 2d10 fire.
Okay.
Ow.
Eshin, you didn't like that too much because it singed off some of the makeup that you had on.
Hey! Douglas! Douglas!
Damage?
11 damage, DC 15 to evade, or
So,
to take half.
I don't evade, I take half.
The Grig made it.
Wow, natural 20, look at that.
It does not have evasion. So it takes 5 damage and it's got 4 hit points. So it is unconscious.
Got him!
Wise, you killed it, Rangers!
Trying to spoiler!
Okay, so Eshin, Cindertongue's being greedy and is eating the small deer himself, and then Sparktooth is ruining your disguise. And how are you
They're
doing?
both-
Zildin? 5 damage. Okay, you can take that, I guess.
Zildin yells, "He did it so he can be the only gold dragon!" Picks up the Grig and starts running.
Okay, on your turn. It's still Eshin.
Oh, okay.
No,
so
Eshin went at 8. Is that...
I go at
good?
10.
Oh, okay, sorry. So
Okay.
as Zildin he yells that and picks up the Grig as a move and then moves
Yeah.
away.
Then moves, yeah.
Shut up! Eshin is going to fly. What do I have for feats? Give me a second here. I've got. I'm going to fly past them, and as I fly past, I will provoke an AO.
What's the movement rate of your flight?
Really, really fast.
Faster than 50, I'm sure.
I think it's 100.
Oh, this thing takes
Holy-
flight. It is just like
150.
it is made for hunting.
Missile, the little
Yep.
gold red missile.
So not.
The
I'm
whole,
only.
the whole side of it revealing its true colored scales. These red scales with a bit of pink underbelly, little horns that are poking through here and there along its head. Yeah, it is. It is not a gold.
He does zip too close, so there's an AOO.
Do you threaten
Yeah.
with your bow?
No, but I
think
threaten
you
with
threat-
my feet,
Yep.
elbows,
Yep.
head. Try. I'm sure he'll miss, because he sucks. 17.
It's AC 19. And he breathes on you. Ha! If you're not gonna give us gold, you're gonna be dinner.
Oh, so cruel, Mark. So cruel.
25.
So, the DC is 13, 14, 15, 16. DC 17.
Got a 25.
Nice.
I'm going to treat the Grig as an item held in hand at this point in time because it's so small. Unless you roll a 1 and you won't take damage. So you shield the Grig from this fiery blast.
15 damage.
Ooh.
So he takes another 7.
3 rounds later.
Oh yeah, I should probably roll that too. Wow, 4 rounds from when I blasted.
Okay. You can now hear the crackle,
I'm still eating.
and you can feel the
Literally.
weird waves of heat coming from deeper in the forest. As Zildin, there is a forest fire that is moving this way.
Okay, shit.
All those pictures of What's that place in Canada that's burning right now?
No, totally.
Oh, yeah.
Fort McMurray.
That's the one. Yeah, like that.
I planned the forest fire thing months ago. I'm not
Long
trying to be
before, yeah.
insensitive, but
So I've had people contact me to make certain my family's okay, and it's one of those. They're 800 kilometers from the fire. They're okay.
I don't know. I heard it was big.
okay. So, Ahmed, are you still eating the deer, or are you?
Yeah, this is still not entertaining enough.
Okay.
This deer is more delicious.
John Sparktooth, what are you doing?
I'm gonna bull rush him. Yeah, bull rush Azuldan.
Okay. Do you have improved bull rush?
Improve bull
Zelda!
rush. I sure
Zelda!
do.
He's an asshole. He's a bully. He's just like, I push people. I push you. Push you for real.
Alright, CMB 23. Or D,
30.
sorry, CMD.
So 10 feet.
Okay, so he's just pushing you around. He's got a really
Yeah.
flat head, and he's just really strong. As you go stumbling back over trees, and oh yeah, there's the air is starting to be become suffocating with smoke. Forest creatures fleeing.
Okay,
Isildan?
yeah, he's gonna head. Which way is the forest fire? I just point on the pointer.
Yeah, it's kind of like an arc like this.
Alright, so he needs to be heading in. He's got nothing to protect him from fire, so. Zildan's turn. He's going to make an acrobatics check to try and get out without taking an AOO. He
You make it.
does.
Okay.
And what the hell? There we go. You move.
Let me know when I can do something, Marty.
Yeah, that's why I asked you on your turn. You're at the end of the round.
Okay.
So that was Isildan, then it's Eshin, and then Cindertongue.
Oh, hang on. That was one. I mean, you'll catch. Never mind. You guys will catch up anyway. Movement's irrelevant at this point.
Our movement speed's 3 times yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go dashing through the trees with a deft dodge behind one of the trees. The thing tried to headbutt you again and ended up headbutting the tree, shaking his head. It wiped a little bit of the gold makeup off of its head unknowingly and left it on the tree. You go running around, but you realize these things are just so fast. You might have to get away from them some other way. Eshin?
Eshin is going to fly back, try to grab the deer carcass, and he's going to try to get fucking Cindertongue into the fight. Come on, you idiot! Come on!
Okay, so you fly over and you grab a hold of the deer.
I'm going to grab. Well, if he's not holding it, I'm going to grab it and keep going because I got a flyby attack. So I'm going to fly by, grab the deer.
I'm holding it.
Okay, so
I
make
fly
a
by,
grapple check
disarm
then.
I fly by, steal the deer or whatever.
Closest thing is you kind of end up in a tumble fighting over the deer carcass. So basically, make a grapple check. Cinder, you do have a an AOO if you want.
I don't. No, I think I'm kind of surprised. I thought they were still fighting.
Okay,
Not really
so
paying
grapple
attention to
check, Eshin.
Well, actually, can I make a comment?
Yep.
He looks like he's just drinking or filling up his mouth with blood. That's all he looks. That's what he looks like he's doing.
It doesn't matter.
Just coming in!
So I beat the CMD.
Okay, so you start a grapple. You're fighting over the deer carcass.
Oh, you need to be going to get it away!
Guys,
Come on!
I apologize. I gotta drive my wife somewhere. I don't know if you want to start Lemmy-O's right now or.
So he's defenseless. We kill him.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Commence the teabagging.
Okay, so Ahmed, you didn't have to play Mark playing Azuldan.
The joke at the beginning of the night was Mark was going to have to play Ahmed playing his character because we were waiting around for Ahmed to show up.
I'm aware of the irony.
Yes.
Your awareness doesn't speed your travel, sir. Go, go, go.
Exactly.
We will discuss another set of car keys later.
And we go to commercial.
We could just
Click.
jump in, take break, jump into Lemmy-O,
Take a break.
and then
Take a
we'll
break.
come back as needed.
Because this isn't totally a momentum killer. Woo!
Right. Aww.
Oh.
Mark failed the combat versus his wife.
Yep.
Remember when he rolled initiative a few minutes ago? That's hilarious.
I lost. There's some
Yeah, sure.
diplomacy
Why
thrown
don't
his
we,
way.
why don't we take a 3-minute bio break? A little bit early, but that's fine. And then we'll come back and we'll actually start Lemmy-O's game.
Yeah.
This is gonna make this really difficult for editing, but that's okay.
And
That's
just this is the way the show works.
fine. The show must
Sometimes
go on.
it's
Welcome to show business,
everybody. We ended the fucking Daenerys scene in the middle of a cliffhanger, and now we're gonna go see what Tyrion's up to. Okay, that's
All
what we're doing.
Okay, fine.
Game of Legends. Dun, 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 dun.
I think we might run into copyright issues there. Make your lawyer check.
But it wasn't a reference.
Yeah. Okay. So,
All right,
so why don't we take
we're
a
all-
3-minute
That's
break?
it. We're all moving to Somalia.
Awesome. Okay. Bio break.
Yeah. Bio break.
3 minutes.
All right. 3 minutes. Start egg timer now. Synchronized bladders.
would say that's a minority opinion.
Definitely is.
Okay, we're back. Sort of an anticlimactic loss to the wife there.
It's okay. The cliffhanger cutscene.
It's gonna be one of those games, huh?
Hey.
Well, let's start Lemmy-O. Oh, wait a second. Where's Ahmed?
Damn it. We'll go back and redo my story. Because I'm actually here.
But Bloodborne is so awesome.
That's the only one I might actually try playing out of that series.
Did you try any of the? Did you try like DS1?
Yeah, and Demon Souls. I didn't like either of them.
I didn't like. So when I first played Demon Souls, I wasn't a big fan, but I really liked DS1.
I really
much
hated
like DS2.
So this is what happened when I played Dark Souls 1. We bought it for PlayStation, and basically like went over to my friend's house, and got food and stuff. When we sat down, we're like, we're gonna play this game all day, and like we're gonna figure out how it works. So we sat
It takes
down.
more than one day.
Yeah, well, right.
Yeah.
But we're like, we're just gonna play it all day, right? That was our plan. So we sat down, and we started playing and taking turns, and eventually everybody quit but me, and because I was like, I'm not gonna let this game beat me. And I got to this part where like, I kept dying and getting sent back to this. It was like right at the beginning, and there was this part where you have to go through a cinema scene where this fucking guy talks to you or something every single time. And I got really annoyed with it because the voice acting was so bad and the writing was so terrible that I attacked him.
Oh, yeah. So you ruined your save. You had to
Exactly.
Make your save.
I ruined my save. There was no way to fix that, and I had no indication that would have caused a problem or that he was too powerful for me to fight. It was just fuck you. You shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, what? There's no way to fix this without rebuilding my entire
What
character.
game is this?
This is Dark Souls.
And so after that, I was like, these people are terrible. They don't know how to make games. You don't make games that way. It doesn't matter like what you're trying to do. You never ever do that. It's like rule number 1.
There's a lot of history in games where you could ruin your game. Like there's lots of games where you could get yourself into a no-win state and your save game would be fucked.
You know what my favorite game is? It's like E.T. for the Atari, man. That game was
Oh my god.
awesome.
No,
yes, King's Quest. King's Quest had that problem all the time.
King's Quest was one of those where rotate your saves.
Right, but the thing is that by modern game standards, we look back at them and we go, "Well, that was a mistake. You shouldn't have made games like that. That was oversight, not intentional."
But so, for instance, so Dark Souls is a very open world type game. It's extremely open. At no point is there ever a quest icon. If you don't listen to the people
I'm aware of that.
You don't know what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Every once in a while, you might get like a cutscene that like shows a thing, but it doesn't even tell you where it is. So you have to figure out where everything is. So they're very mysterious in that way.
No, and that's fine.
So what's interesting, I find, is like I know where you were. You must have been at the first bonfire after the what's his name? The Asylum Demon.
Yeah, the
is
boss,
his name.
first boss.
Big butt guy. Butt slam. And you attacked that first night dude by the bonfire. But what you should have done was talk to the guy and then stayed at slept at the bonfire. Then he wouldn't go through his spiel again. It's interesting. But so for me, I was moving to China. I had I think I was playing on Xbox. I packed up an Xbox, and I went to the store and I bought some games. I'm like, what game has the longest goddamn completion time on the planet, just in case there is nothing for me to do for a year in China?
Right.
So I got 3 games. It must have been Xbox 360 because I got that one from Rockstar with the detective game.
Something Noir. LA Noir.
Yeah, LA Noir.
Yeah, that was good.
I got LA Noir. LA Noir was good. I got my brain is just terrible. The game where you're the Alan Wake. That's the game. I got the name.
The game where you're Alan Wake called.
The
Alan
game where
Wake.
you're Alan Wake called Alan Wake. And I got Dark Souls. And Dark Souls took me 2 months to get through.
Wow. I mean, I have other. I have other problems with it too, like hit detection and AI and stuff.
So I didn't find any problems with I felt that its AI was really solid and its hit detection was really solid. I did feel that there were certain things that were just cheap, dirty, nasty, terrible. Like everything in Blighttown is dirty, nasty, terrible. Like the whoever made Blighttown, oh dude. You must have got up in high school or something. Like this guy had problems. But I found that
is there a tiny Mark? Cyrix saying Mark's back, but he shrunk.
there used to be a dog on the. There was a dog on the couch.
Oh, okay, he got transmuted.
So when I said it took me 2 months to beat Dark Souls 1. It was 1 month in October, and then another month in April.
You had to step away for a little bit?
I stepped away and I beat the first 3 Gods of War because I got a PlayStation. But I stepped away before that point, and yeah.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to start Lemmy-O's backstory, and Mark's going to walk right in the middle, and it's. But yeah, we.
Yep.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Right, that's where we are right now.
Okay. I'm not supposed to show that.
Whoa!
Let's hide.
I didn't see it.
Awesome tokens. Thank you.
Welcome in.
Okay, so Lemmy-O. Yggdrasil. Aska Yggdrasil. The Ash Yggdrasil. Odin's Gallows, the World Tree. Yggdrasil is an immense mythic tree that connects many planes of existence and grows into many prime worlds. It is said that if you could view the World Tree in its entirety, then you'd be looking at all of creation. While this argument is best left for sages and scholars, it is indeed a wonder unto itself. Lemmy-O is from Yggdrasil. In particular, he is from Fier de Gren. Fier de Gren is known as the Prime Tree, or the 4th branch of Midgard. This great branch of the World Tree is so named by the Aesir and the Vanir that long ago explored its vast trunks and branches. Here on the 4th branch, the connection to the prime material is very strong, with many Yggblad, or leaves, that extend into multitude of prime material worlds, in addition to having some outer planar connections, albeit fewer than other major branches and roots of the World Tree. Yggnodes, or nodes, where Yggdren branches meet, are often places of importance, shrines, campsites, even small communities. They can be places of danger, with stalking predators and places of ambush. Due to the fractured and diverse nature of the worlds that are connected here, there is no one single power that rules over this branch of the tree. As such, it's a wild place full of wonder and danger. There is one notable place from Lemmy-O's perspective, and that's home. Lemmy-O was born and raised in a place called Stemma Glen. Stemma Glen is a demi-plane that is supported by the limbs and branches of the great tree Yggdrasil. At the center of this small demi-plane is a gnomish enclave eponymously named Stemma Glen. This community is known for producing druids and priests of Yggdrasil, also known as Stemmaton clerics, or Stemmaton.
I have a feeling that I should have listened harder in grade 9 biology when we're going through plants.
This small town is little over 1,000 souls, led by the Council of Elder Ash. A small council of the 4 most powerful and influential druids, or clerics, not only in Stemma Glen, but probably in this area of the Fier de Glen, the 4th branch of Midgard. The Council of Elder Ash includes High Sapper Yellow Laurels, a gnome cleric and the high priest of the Stemmaton Priests, Silver Sprout the Squirrel Friend, who is a female gnome druid, Gnarl Crown, who is a massive and ancient treant, and Yovane Gnome Friend, who is an oddity in the town because he's a human. There are other people that live in the town. Some of the notable persons that are there are Quezip Quacker Quay, who is a gnome illusionist that is said to have taken recently on an apprentice. There's Dead Daronova, a male Spriggan merchant. And Creek. Creek is different because he's a kobold that lives amongst a community of gnomes. He's ingratiated himself and him and his small family, as he is the resident archer, bowyer, and fletcher. I'm going to reveal a little bit of Yggdrasil, at least the 4th branch of Yggdrasil. This is going to be a really fun map to explore. I'll make it player visible. So picture a tree, and you're somewhere in the branches of this great tree. And I'm talking a tree with a trunk probably a mile across or more, branches that are hundreds of feet across, all the way down to maybe only a few feet across. And there are living communities and creatures that dwell within this massive tree. So it's a physical manifestation. At the same time, the leaves reach out into other planes, and some of the limbs actually grow into other planes and into other things. So the tree itself is a monstrously large organism. Now,
so is it like trying to navigate like Washington D.C. or another like pinwheel type city, like roads everywhere, but they're all not straight?
You navigate by going up and down the branches and the limbs of the tree. Yes, it's a very complex place. Now, I'm only showing a small bit of it. The green circle is Stemma Glen. It's this little demi-plane that you actually, like, you could walk right by Stemma Glen, and it wouldn't actually be, like, you would never know it was there. You actually have to know the way... Hey, Mark. Now that you're going to have to wait. You could walk right by Stemma Glen without having the proper token. You can't actually enter Stemma Glen, and that sort of safety has is the safe place that Lemmy-O grew up amongst the 1,000 other gnomes that live in the tree itself.
Is it a wall that stops people from getting in, or...?
No, you just need to know the right place to walk with the right token, and it's under the underhang of a large knotted root. And if you don't have that token, you just basically walk right through. It is a portal.
Huh.
Yeah. Stemma Glen itself, Ahmed, you're mute. You're still muted.
No, Ahmed, you just muted yourself. Marty was trolling you.
No, he's moving his mouth and he's not making noise.
I can hear him.
I cannot.
I can hear him fine.
Have you muted Ahmed on your end, Marty?
It makes sense. I understand.
And also unmute Mark. There we go.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay, Stemma Glen is probably inside the pocket dimension. It's only probably 10 miles across.
Yep.
Lots of little gardens and farms and people living inside of Stemma Glen. Yggdrasil,
light.
Yggdrasil itself has day and night. There is a sun. There is a moon. There are firmament. Sometimes you can see something akin to stars or perhaps stars. Give me a knowledge planes if you truly understand.
All right, I'm trying here. That's 1d20 plus 6. Here we go. 12. What the hell is that?
It exists. It's from your concept, it's a plane unto itself, Yggdrasil. Like an outer plane.
Got the best tree ever.
And your little pocket dimension is kind of like a hidden little pocket in nestled in a branch of the tree.
Yep.
That's all the tree
So-
that you know of at this point in time. The map's going to get much larger, and we'll actually point to little things that are along the branches and trees, and
Yep.
start to label the leaves that lead to specific prime material worlds. And there's a reason why I wanted to do Lemmy's stories last, because it's we'll call it a major planner pathway, but it's the type that you need guides, because you can get lost very easily amongst its leafy branches. There are entire ecosystems that live amongst the tree, but we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. So the green dot is Stemmaton.
This is Lemmy-O's hat, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was trying to. I couldn't.
Lemmy-O
process
was
that thing.
close to his grandparents, Joppa A and Oba B. As was common for gnomes of Stemmaton to be raised by their grandparents while their parents pursued their craft and trade. Only Lemmy-O's parents were a bit different from most. They were adventurers, and commonly disappeared for days and weeks and months at a time. While it was common for Stemmaton priests to wander the Yggdrasil, it was less common for people of other vocations to travel far into the boughs and branches of the wondrous tree. Yet something drove his parents deeper and deeper and further into the Yig. When Lemmy-O was an adolescent, late 20s, gnomes, I think, become adults at like 40. His parents left on what would be their longest journey. Lemmy-O, strong Lemmy-O. Your mother and I need to go, but just for a while. My Lemmy-O, good Lemmy-O. Your father and I need to go, but just for a while. Lemmy-O, brave Lemmy-O, they both say. I can't do two voices at once, apparently.
Yeah.
Your parents have to leave, but in your heart will be. They say goodbye in poem.
I asked them to bring me a gift, as they always do.
Okay. They
A gift for me, a gift from you. I want it all the time. Thank you, Mom, and thank you, Paul. Wait for you till next time.
There we go.
There's awesome. There's
On the fly.
There's hugs and kisses. There's hugs and kisses, and you were left basically in the care of your grandparents, Joppa A and Oba B. The names of your parents are. Wait a second. They also have a fun name.
Robita Hemafi.
Yeah, Robita and Hemafi, which are the children of Joppa of Joppa A and Oba B.
My parents are brother and sister.
Oh no, well, yeah, not.
Yeah, I get it.
They would be your maternal grandparents.
Yeah.
Joppa A. You while you were kind of like in good spirits when your parents left, it soon began to dawn on you that they were gone for a really long time. Like years went by.
Grandpa, where's my parents? Where's my mom and papa?
Oh, you got to
happens
understand
to
about the Great Yig. It stretches into a lot of places. It goes very far. There
Right, I know, but
are entire other branches up there. Ones that go to the places where dwarves and elves live. Even the gods, the Vanir, and the great family of Odin, the Aesir.
well, why didn't they take me with them? I could have gone with them.
The roots go down even to the lower planes, he says. Into the hells. Its branches, and its branches tickle the heavens. You should learn
That's fantastic.
the ways of Yggdrasil. It's a living, breathing being of great size, tended to by the deities themselves. You can always learn to talk to the tree.
But I can't talk to my plants outside, like the little fruit plant I made.
Oh, yes. Your grandmother is more of the green thumb. You should follow the path. Your parents, while they never learned how to talk to the tree, they still dwelled on it, and they're curious about where it all goes. Don't worry, they'll be back.
All right, Grandpa.
But your grandmother told me that you got the green thumb.
Hard to figure out plants left, right, and center. They just don't. They can't slow down. They're just coming up and coming up.
If you'd like to learn about the tree and to learn to speak to it, you should talk to one of the Stemmaton Priests. Maybe they could teach you a thing or two. You could join the priesthood and learn all Yggdrasil's secrets.
Oh, that'd be fancy, Grandpa. If you think that's a good idea, I think it'll be a good idea. It'll make Mom and Papa happy, yes? Sure, I'm grown up into a big boy. I'm grown, right, haven't I, Grandpa? Grown up a big boy now, right?
It wouldn't hurt to talk to them. So it was settled that Joppa A would arrange a meeting between one of the younger Stemmaton priests, who I'm assuming, because you're a cleric in your background, convinced Lemmy-O to petition to join the ranks of the Stemmaton priesthood.
Right. Off I go then. Priesthood school.
As an initiate, of course. And to learn how to commune with the great tree itself is kind of like the goal of the priesthood, or one of the things that they do.
It's called Speak with Plants. You get it like second level, maybe third.
During Lemmy's early years as an acolyte, in the back of Lemmy-O's thoughts, he believed that the great tree would bring his parents back home. That by good service to the tree, they would deliver what he desired.
He does this by whispering into dirt from Yggdrasil that he carries with him. Please bring my parents back. Bring Mom and Pa back to me. And he takes the dirt, and he keeps adding more dirt to it from other places, because it grows everywhere else, so the dirt is mixed from different places, but it's mostly Yggd.
Got it. Yeah, like, there's enough sediment and dirt on Yggdrasil that there are other plants that live and grow on the boughs of Yggdrasil.
Mm-hmm.
There are a whole herds of, like, elk and packs of wolves and, like, entire ecologies that live in the branches of Yggdrasil. That's how big the thing is. As Lemmy-O got older, you began to realize the sheer magnitude and infinite size of the plains and the baffling size of the great tree itself. Your parents could be anywhere in the multiverse. It was during your studies you reached that point where you're kind of like in a bout of mopiness, because it kind of, we've all been students before. You kind of like, more of this sort of thing.
This crap never ends.
Where Oba B, your grandmother, kind of like noticed your mopiness as of late. Oba B, she was getting up on years, and she loved to garden, but she needed some help with like the heavy lifting, and just like for some reason she kept like really large gardens and lots of plants. She loved flowers, and she eventually got someone to help her a little bit. And Oba B, one day when you're sitting up at the kitchen table with your Stemmaton cleric books, and they're talking about stories of like this other pantheon of gods you'd never heard of before, led by some bearded asshole named Odin, and like you're like trying to commit these things to memory. I'm assuming you've got ranks in knowledge religion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dino. No, crap, it's Odin. Odin. The O's in the front.
You're like committing all this stuff to memory when Oba B, perhaps you should put down the books for a while. You shouldn't forget to smell the flowers, she says slyly as she gives you a wink, and she glances out the window and toddles off as if she might have pulled a few strings.
He slams the book shut. She made some pie! Why do you have in the pie outside, though? He runs outside after her.
Okay, you run outside afterwards, and your heart skips a beat. As the budding young woman that was helping Oba be, her name is Jemma Dree, is in the garden, covered in dirt and soot, but just these bright, wonderful eyes, and she's just a beauty. Her name was Jemma Dree, and Jemma Dree was a natural green thumb. Some say that she was born with the blessings of Yggdrasil and could make any plant grow or bloom with a touch. Jemma Dree took naturally to the druidic arts, and her first friends were critters and garden plants even before she could speak. Now a young woman, Jemma Dree worked as a gardener for both herself and others, and was trusted to tend one of the most sacred groves in all of Stemmaton. It was called Tender Tree Grove, where baby treants and other intelligent plants were grown. Many believed that Jemma Dree would one day sit upon the Elder Ash Council itself. She was gifted, beautiful, and had a quiet strength. She did not mix words and spoke loudest with kind acts, facial expressions, and, of course, her horticultural gifts. She was a homebody, though, preferring to stay within the safety of Stemmaton's gardens and fields. You became friends.
How close are we? Okay, got it.
You became friends, and like, you like...
Huh? Oh, Jemma. Jemma Dree, how you doing?
She smiles at you. She's covered in dirt. You actually see her one day. You came a-calling for the attentions of Jemma Dree. She was elbow deep in soft earth and loam in the grove of Tender Tree.
Runs up to her.
How dare you?
She smiles at you.
Start farming without me.
He rolls up his sleeves and pulls his pants up.
So, what are we planting today? Do you need some help from me?
It's already planted. He's been here a long time, though. You notice that she's preparing this bed, and it doesn't look like there's much in the bed, but you see this little tiny, like, foot-tall sprout, and it looks up at you, and it reaches its hands up, and starts kind of like dully mouthing words. It's a little tree creature.
I put my hand down to pick it up.
Okay, well he's still in the earth. You go to pick him up.
No, I don't do that.
Oh, look at you, little buddy. How are you doing? Hey, my name is Lemmy-O.
Particular section she's in once held a bunch of rooty little creatures. This one is vaguely humanoid shaped, like a root-like bud. It's got a face. That one's called Stumpworth.
Stumpworth, eh? That was a handsome little fella.
He's a little
You
slow.
understand me?
But then again, these trees take a long time to grow and mature. He can't talk yet, but he seems to like you.
He's got a cute little fella.
All of his sprout mates have moved on to other groves or have found druids to follow. Maybe Stumpworth can follow you.
Can clerics? I'm a cleric. I don't know if I can follow him.
She's
never seen one.
And in a quiet ceremony, Jemma Dree taught Lemmy-O to attune his thoughts and prayers and being to the nature, the veritable wilderness that lives upon Yggdrasil. The gnome, the beast, the critter, the vine, the lesser forest trees, insects, predators, the sun, the moon, the stars, the wind, the rains, the springs, the wells, the pools, the snows, the seasons, everything. Everything around the tree itself. Lemmy-O felt the divine connection of the nature in the tree, of nature itself. It's essentially Jemma Dree who taught you how to become a druid. So the Stemmaton clerics are all about worshipping the tree and talking to and gaining power from the tree. And then the druidic arts are about the nature that lives on the tree. Which includes the tree too, but it's kind of like larger than that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Jemma Dree? Basically, you make a connection to druidic arts, and then you receive your animal companion or your plant companion, which is Stumpworth. Note that it's Stumpworth the first. We're laughing because the name of the plant companion that Ahmed started with before we did the backstories was Stumpworth the Third. So, yeah.
I will do my best to ensure the prophecy is fulfilled.
Yes, that was a hint to those that are playing the enemies tonight.
Hi, you bastards.
So what do you think about Jemma Dree? You know that there are other gnomes in the town that have been hanging around and. No,
I'm attracted to her. Yeah, she's got a great voice.
Okay.
That took a turn.
Why, thank you.
She's got a wonderful beard.
It's all the rage for no.
Handles the microphone really well.
Why don't you love me anymore?
Oh god!
Dispel evil.
So you feel romantically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I travel a lot, I'll find a nice place that is, it's got like a sunset-ish set view, a nice view. You know what I mean?
At this point, you haven't traveled the tree much. The tree is dangerous, and you need the tools to navigate the tree. The Stemmaton Priests are one set of tools, but also becoming a druid might be another set of tools that would allow you to safely brave the wilds of the Yggdrasil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So basically, what I think I'm hearing is you're looking for a way to propose to her. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it would only be natural that Lemmy-O would ask Jemma Dree for her hand in marriage, for Jemma Dree to be your wife and for you to be her husband. Gnomish engagements take a long time too. Given that they live for hundreds of years, it's okay for the engagement to take a very long period of time just to make sure that it is the right match.
You're going to be together for a long time.
But a proposal gift is the thing that is normally given, and to someone who's really like earthy, you're not too sure that just some bauble is going to do, and you're confused as to what exactly to do.
So, Lemmy is going to go from the heart. He's going to try and carve something for her. Like, there's got to be some representation of Yggdrasil, right? And like a holy symbol. Maybe he can get a holy symbol and get it magicked or something.
There's the holy symbol of the Stemmaton Priest. I've actually placed it on,
like that tree image.
That image. Yep.
Yeah. So what he's going to do is he's going to take 20. Can I do this while crafting?
Yeah, it means you're basically doing 20 versions of the thing until you get it right.
Yep.
But you're also spending.
You're also spending time.
20 times, so 10 times the craft cost if it's
wood.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
So 26 to get a nice one.
Love the girl, but not that much. Come on.
Okay, so this project's going to take you some time, but gnomes have enough time, and this is the thing that you've been whittling away at for weeks. If you're taking 20, craft checks take a long time to do properly. It's going to be like, this is my year-long project to get this right.
That's fine.
Yeah. There's one day when you went to go visit Jemma Dree and, maybe bring some food for her, as she often just spends over an inordinate amount of time amongst the creatures of Tender Tree Grove. When there are 3 curious visitors there that particular day, and they seem a little confused. And at first you're confused as well because you didn't know that animals could talk. And I'm going to put some tokens down.
All right.
There is an eagle. There is a raccoon and a small turtle that are in Tender Tree Grove.
Right. Let me go to conversation.
So we're trying to figure out if he's a replicant or what? Is that what this is?
Who remembers Animorphs? Does anybody remember Animorphs?
Unfortunately.
Awesome.
These creatures are a little bit confused about their own natures, like why they're thinking and they don't act like other animals. They found each other along the branches and stumbled into Stemma Glen. And they were drawn to the power of Tender Tree Grove. You know that there is a kind druid lady that lives here, and that maybe she's got wisdom for you. Murray, I think, is the defender. Lucky's the mischievous one, and Guyan has a secret, and he actually feels he knows which way to go. Like for some reason, he feels a pull. Who's playing Murray?
Hey, Melody, what's happening, guys? Sorry.
I don't know. I kind of feel that Guyan should be played by Mark if he's going to be around to play. I mean,
I don't feel another diplomacy check, my friend.
Well, you can play the raccoon if you can suck my nuts.
I can get rid of all that. So I'm cool with the raccoon or Murray.
John, which one do you want?
America, I'll play the bird.
Okay.
I'm the only one qualified to play a bald eagle here.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, you're the American, I must say.
Yeah, that was kind of my.
And you know what? I'm gonna keep the bird's full name, but just Murray for now is good. We'll let you on the joke later. Yeah. So Lemmy, you are with Stumpworth at this point in time. Stumpworth is actually fully grown.
All right.
And here's Stumpworth, and we'll rename him Stumpworth the First.
He doesn't tire, correctly?
Plants do not get tired. I don't think so. Anyways.
Sweet.
They don't sleep, and I don't think they require to eat either.
Stumpworth, and at this point in time, you're a full druid. You just haven't gained any of your cleric powers yet.
Right.
Okay. Stumpworth has a little masterwork saddle that sits in the nodes of his branches, and little things and pots and spell components are kind of tied to all of his branches. It's
a little hammock in the back.
He's like the microcosmic example of Stemma Glen being held by Yggdrasil itself.
While if I need to direct him, him and he's used to me pulling on certain branches to get him going in certain directions.
Sure.
Or flicking.
The thing about Stumpworth is that he tries to talk sometimes, but you're not too sure if it's just a reflex, because Stumpworth is only int 2. He hasn't gained enough years.
Yes,
he
doesn't hard, buddy. He sounds funny right now.
He doesn't make any noises, he's not smart enough to...
He has to grow a diaphragm.
Soon, my friend.
Okay, there are these curious things that are sitting in the grove.
Hello there. How are you doing? Did their sizes just change?
The eagle is small, and the lucky and Guyan are tiny.
Okay, got it. Because they were bigger before. No problem.
Lucky is going to go climb the tree, I think. That's where we're. There's a chair at the top of the tree. That's where we're sitting.
All right.
Stumpworth turns around like when the thing's climbing his back. He turns around.
Hey, don't worry. He puts his hand up
would actually show him what was there, and then he forgets that something climbed him, and then he just stops.
Yeah.
Murray takes off in flight, circling around Lemmy-O.
Don't be afraid of me, Manny. I'm Lemmy-O right here. Lemmy's the first name, always the last name. Don't worry about it.
Hello.
Hey, little buddy. How you doing?
Lemmy.
Hey, top of the morning to you.
No funny business.
That's funny. I know a couple of jokes.
I know how
I'm
these jokes, but they're not too funny.
furry. I like jokes.
Gerald Ford, the turtle.
All right. This cleric and this druid walk into the bar. Ah, crap! I don't remember the end of that one. All right, never mind. Find it when I'll tell it to you when I remember it. All right. So what can I do for you, gentlemen and gentlemen? Sound like gentlemen to me.
I am gentle.
Oh, good. So am I.
Murray.
I'm a man.
I gotta ask you. Well, welcome to my village. But question: how do you get here? Reason, eyebrow. Do I know the entrance-exit situation, Marty? I should, right?
Oh yeah. What should the gate key to Stemmaton be?
Druid. It could be a.
Let's make it the Stemmaton symbol.
Yeah, I was thinking that. With dirt from, I don't know. It's good. Yeah.
Or a handful of dirt from the Stemma Glen.
That's kind of why it keeps them on me.
Sure. Yeah.
Does Stemma Glen have like a resource or a plant or something that is unique to it or rare to it?
Sure. What is it?
Some sort of wood for making bows, maybe, since there's an archer there? I don't know. Yew wood? I don't know what the...
Yeah, let's say that Stemma Glen is known for its variety of yew.
So maybe make like that would be sort of the thing.
So it's Stemma Glen yew that you need. They're a tree that only grows in Stemma Glen.
And it makes awesome bows.
Great. Make a note of that somewhere.
Huh.
Okay.
What's it called?
Under Stemma Glen. They're under the world's. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll add
I'm putting it under my my treasures.
Yeah, you've got a twig of Stemma Glen yew. And then the priests themselves tend to make their holy symbols out of the yew, so that you kind of
Yeah. So I guess my symbol.
Yeah, your holy symbol could be made out of the yew.
There we go.
All right.
Added it. We're good.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, collaborative storytelling. All right.
I'm just buffing all of these animals. There's a mistake in their creation, so they're getting just a little touch of a.
What did you do, Mark?
All right.
Don't worry, nothing to see here.
My question is, how did you find it? How did you get yourselves in here? I mean, it's not the easiest thing.
Oh. First, I was in my pond. And then I started walking.
Okay. Hey, funny one up there. Do you have any faster way of telling you how you guys got here? I know I lived for a long time, but still.
No. Him.
Yes, you will listen to what the turtle has to say.
All right. He climbs up the tree, takes a little box out, comes down, opens it, and it's like a little tea set. He starts making some tea. He starts like the water, and he starts making a little fire and eating it. It's gonna take some time. I know. I recognize a long story when I hear one.
Was I? Oh well, I guess I'll just start over.
Take all the time you need.
All right, so give us the short version.